All right, everyone say hi. Hi. This is our nutrition seminar. We have the physical therapy and sports medicine centers. Where are you guys out of?
We actually have 15 offices around Connecticut. We are in Avon, which I believe the Plainville YMCA, I understand, services Avon and Farmington. We're in Southington. Those are the two is close by to you guys. We're in the Waterbury area, Naugatuck, Southbury, Watertown. And then we're around the shoreline as well, from Orange all the way over to Groton, Connecticut along the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah, and Windsor and Wallingford in the middle.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're an outpatient physical therapy group. And part of my role in the physical therapy group is as the community development coordinator. So my background is sports medicine with high school and college athletes, but I like the education part of what I've been doing for lots of years. So I reach out to each of the towns where we have an office and create these opportunities to kind of do a community talk or a little offer. So we've had great success with the Waterbury YMCA. We did a talk for the triathlon club about, good warm-up, proper warm-ups for runners. We did a recovery class with the foam roller for the personal training clients in Waterbury. We did an osteoarthritis talk down in Westbrook. So I'm super grateful that these guys let us come out and do this. Now tonight I have with me, she'll be coming in shortly, Kristen Ludwig. She is a certified personal trainer and a registered dietitian. And she works out of our Avon office on Dale Road. So she's here tonight to share some information about general nutrition for the average person, like you and I. In your packets are just the handouts that correspond to the things she's going to discuss. You can keep the pens. And then if you didn't grab recipe cards, feel free to come on up. And then if you have questions, certainly feel free to reach out and ask. And one last thing to share about our outpatient physical therapy group. A lot of people don't know that you can seek physical therapy through direct access and have your insurance billed without a prescription from a doctor. And while we rely quite a bit on our relationships with doctors for referrals, you can self-refer yourself with your insurance and seek out a physical therapy evaluation and treatment plan without having to go through those steps for a non-emergency situation. And that's kind of been available for about the last 5 years in Connecticut with public health insurance. So I think people often forget to reach out and get some help for things because they think it's too much of a hassle and they gotta wait and make appointments. So like you plan for your future in your retirement, taking care of your health account is a really important thing too. So that your body's not broken down by the time you get a chance to enjoy the free time to use it. So tonight we'll talk about nutrition. This is Kristen Ludwig, and I'll let her take over.
Hi guys, so this is going to be a really informal presentation because we're in a really small group tonight, so feel free to raise your hand, ask questions. As others have nice to introduce me, I am Kristen Ludwig. I work at the Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Center in their Avon office. I do both personal training and I am a registered dietitian there, so I do what I like to call nutrition coaching. So it's a little bit different than just your traditional nutrition counseling. I don't just give you a plan and send you on your way. I actually support you along the way and kind of coach you through the challenges and tribulations of adapting a healthy lifestyle. So that's one of the things that I want to share with you is my philosophy on nutrition is healthy lifestyles. And you will never hear me say you need to completely eliminate this food group from your diet. You need to never eat this again. It's all about balancing your favorite foods with the healthiest foods that you can eat. So that's what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight. The clients I range from middle school athletes all the way up to people in their 70s, 80s, just looking to improve their quality of life through both diet and exercise. So in your little folder, you should have a blank one of these. We're going to fill that out together. So they feel like a healthy lifestyle is made up of? Like what words come to mind when you think healthy lifestyle?
Activity.
Activity, okay. So exercise, physical activity, absolutely. Anything else?
Food and fitness.
Food and fitness, okay. Can we get a little bit more specific? Like, so with food, like, what things come to mind?
Fruits and vegetables.
Vegetables, yeah.
Grains.
Grains, yeah. Protein, okay.
Water.
Water, yes. Okay, so one of the things you definitely want to write down under healthy lifestyle is exercise, for sure, and water. Those are two things that we've mentioned already. Those are good. And in terms of food, so you guys talked, you mentioned some of the healthiest foods we have. What about how much we're eating? You think that's important?
Fist.
Right. Yeah, so portion size. Writing that down under there too. That's a key one. Another key term under healthy lifestyle is consistency. So that's a big one because what people tend to do is they want quick results, fast, like I want to lose 5 pounds this week. And that's possible. There's definitely programs out there that will get you to lose 5 pounds in 1 week. The bad news is you're most likely going to gain it back because the method you use to get there isn't really sustainable and you're not going to be consistent with it for the rest of your life.
Unless everybody can read.
Well, yes, yeah, but most people don't. So consistency is another one under healthy lifestyle. People who lead healthy lifestyles are really consistent. They eat healthy most of the time. They are physically active. They've found that balance. Planning ahead is the other one. Eating healthy takes effort. It's harder. It's certainly not easy to eat healthy, at least initially when you're trying to get into better habits. It's really easy to drive through the McDonald's drive-thru. Really easy. So, fortunately there's, restaurants popping up all over the place that are making eating healthier easier. But it's always better to plan ahead and try to cook more at home, cook more whole healthy foods. All right, so that's all we have for under healthy lifestyle. So that's really it. That's all it takes. Now, there's little details that go under each one of those that we're going to talk about. So let's move over to fat loss. What are some things that come to mind for fat loss? Exercise, yep. Write that down for sure. Anything else?
Portion size.
Portion size, yeah. Write that down. Yeah. What else?
Water.
Water, yeah. See a pattern? A little bit. Yep, consistency, planning ahead, portion size, drinking water, exercise. So all of those are under fat loss too. Now there's 3 more that are really important when we're talking about fat loss. So people who lead a healthy lifestyle, normally they've already reached like their fat loss goals, and they're just trying to maintain what they lost, right? So, they may not have specific goals that they're setting because they've reached them in terms of fat loss. But when we're talking about losing weight, losing fat, we want to set specific goals. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, not just weight loss goals, but eating goals, physical fitness goals. So goal setting is another one you want to put under fat loss for sure. Another one is accountability. So that goes back to me explaining why I call myself a nutrition coach rather than just a dietitian or nutrition counselor. So I can hand anyone a meal plan, and I would bet my life savings on it if they didn't follow it, if I didn't follow up with them somehow, and then coach them through how to follow it. Now I don't generally actually make meal plans for a lot of people because of that reason. It's really hard to follow a plan, and that's not what you're going to do for the rest of your life. You're not going to follow a plan forever. So someone holding you accountable to those goals that you set is really important when one of your goals is losing body fat. The next one underneath there, the third one that's a little different from a healthy lifestyle, is measurements. So I say measurements rather than hopping on the scale and seeing what your weight number on the scale doesn't reflect that. I actually like to call the scale the random number generator because it can kind of do this for no reason. You know, have you ever like gotten on the scale after working really hard like the whole week and then been like, what? Why are you telling me that? So measurements like body measurements, so waist, both legs, hips, arms, chest, all of those places can reflect changes in your body composition, can reflect changes in fat loss, and that's really, really important to keep track of. So measurements is number one. So going into the middle of our Venn diagram, what I want you to do there is just write the ones that are the same between both healthy lifestyle and fat loss. Because once you reach your fat loss goal, that's really, those are the key things you need to focus on. So portion size, consistency, planning ahead, drinking water, and exercise. Those are the things that are similar under both healthy lifestyle and fat loss. And then the differences when you're focusing more on fat loss are the goal setting, the accountability, and the measurements. So, especially with accountability, I never expect any of my clients to work with me forever. I don't think anyone ever actually hires a personal trainer or, you know, works with a dietitian and is like, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. I want to pay them a lot of money. No, like, that's never anyone's plan, but sometimes that's what happens because people become reliant on that person to hold them accountable. But really my goal with everyone I work with is to teach them how to do it on their own so that, you know, they may not have to have anyone hold them accountable when they're in that healthy lifestyle stage.
At least until they know why they want to do it.
Exactly, that's really important. So everyone wants to lose weight, but everyone has a deep reason why. And sometimes people don't even realize what that reason actually is. So that's also part of what I do is actually really, you know, have a really good conversation about like, okay, yeah, you want to lose weight, but why is it? You know, you have grandchildren you want to enjoy, you have children you want to be able to keep up with. Do you want to, you know, be able to get up and down off the floor easier? Do you, there's many different reasons that everyone has. So moving on to our next sheet here, basics of nutrition and leading a healthy lifestyle. So this kind of gives, so there's several things on this sheet that we're going to go over. I give you some of my tips and tricks that I like to recommend to everyone about keeping on track and staying within that healthy lifestyle. But first we're going to go over macronutrients. So all food is made up of either protein, fats, and or carbohydrates. Some foods have all three, some foods have two, some foods only are made up of one. So I listed out what the best sources of each one are. So proteins, eggs, chicken, turkey, fish, seafood, beef, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, milk, meat, tofu. That's a general list of the best sources of protein. Protein is really important for healing and rebuilding of your muscles, enzymes in your body, your bones as well. So it's really, really important to make sure you're getting enough of it, but you want to be getting enough of it from the best sources that I listed there. Carbohydrates, this is a popular one that everyone likes to like not eat for some reason, even though they taste really good. So carbohydrates include fruits, starchy vegetables such as potatoes, corn, squash, peas, oatmeal, bread, rice, pasta, quinoa, and the other zillion grains that are coming on the market now. There's freekeh, there's farro, there's all different ones, all different varieties. Carbohydrates are the main energy source in our body. It's important to eat them. However, it's really important to watch your portion size, as is every other food. It's not just about watching your portion size of carbohydrates. It's really important to watch your portion size of proteins and also fats. But as long as you're being careful with portion size, it's certainly really important. Fats. Nuts, nut butter, salad dressings, cheese, hummus, avocados, seeds. Again, really important for our skin, our hair, absorption of vitamins and minerals. And obviously there are many more foods that have fats in them, but again, I listed the healthiest sources that you want to be eating the most of to get your healthy fats. And those fats that I listed are unsaturated. That's really where you want to be getting most of your fat intake from, is one you want to avoid is called trans fat. That's man-made. We made it to make food last longer, preserve it, make it taste better. So you'll find it in a lot of things like store-bought baked goods, or certain fast food restaurants use it in their fryer.
Does it have preservatives or just lasts
It is a
longer?
preservative.
Oh.
Trans fat is a preservative. Yep. So it's completely made by humans. You can't find it in nature. It's been scientifically proven to raise your cholesterol, cause heart disease, or at least increase your risk of heart disease. There's a big push now for companies to completely take it out of their food products, but it's certainly still in some, so you just want to be aware of that. But most of the time, if you're avoiding all of the packaged, desserts, baked goods, you're most likely going to avoid it anyway. Vegetables are technically carbohydrates. Some people don't realize that. Some people think veggies don't have any carbs, but they have to either be made up of carbs, protein, or fat. So it's mostly carbs, but they're very low, so you can eat a lot of them and not really eat a lot of calories, which is good. So general eating guidelines. Portion size, portion size, portion size, portion size of everything. It matters. That's really what it comes down to. It doesn't matter what foods you're eating or when you're eating them. It's really about the quantity, and that's really like the main problem in this country. Is it's so easy, they're supersized this, and when you eat out at a restaurant and they serve you this huge bowl of pasta, it's like 2 pounds worth. That to us, we've been conditioned to think that's normal. It's not normal. So being aware of portion sizes, and we're going to go over this serving size comparison chart in a little bit. It is a little chill. My hands are full. Yeah. I used to teach spinning, so I would appreciate this temperature if we were having the same class right now. But just sitting here is a little cold. Yeah.
Your classes in here, they usually increase the temperature because of the places.
Yeah. So again, I just want to emphasize that this is the general eating guideline. It's what I just recommend most people follow, but some people it doesn't work for, and some people will need to, kind of vary things up. It really depends very specifically on the individual. But generally eating some type of protein and carbohydrate for every meal. That includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What that does is that stabilizes your blood sugar, so you're not feeling hungry, too long after you've eaten a full meal.
What stabilizes your blood sugar?
Eating protein and carbohydrate every meal. Generally, I advise people just, if you're gonna have a food that has carbohydrates in it, you also want to eat something else with it, some type of protein or some type of healthy fat, because that's gonna help those carbohydrates slow down and not be digested as fast, so your blood sugar's not going to spike up. I just read a statistic the other day that said the average American eats less than 1 cup of vegetables every day. That's a problem.
Wow.
We all need to increase our veggie intake. I guarantee you that if most of us increased our veggie intake, the amount of calories we'd be eating would go down, because vegetables are so low in calories. Not to mention they're high in vitamins and minerals, high in antioxidants, phytochemicals, phytonutrients. If we all ate more vegetables, the amount of calories we'd be eating would go down, because vegetables have probably the lowest amount of calories of all the foods, but we can eat a lot of them. So you feel full, but you're actually eating less calories. So what I generally advise is vegetables always eaten with lunch and dinner. It's just kind of like a rule of thumb that I try to get people to get into the habit of doing. And it can be really easy if you're a fan of leftovers, because you can make something for dinner, pack it up, and have it for lunch the next day. What I do in my house, and I learned this when I moved in with my husband, well, he was my boyfriend at the time, but I would make dinner and I'd leave it on the stove, and we would, fill our plates up, and then he would go and get seconds, and then thirds, and then pretty soon, all the food would be gone. Now he's very active, not overweight at all, so before we do that, but the problem was I was making this big dinner with intentions of having some of it for lunch the next day, and he would eat it all, and I'm like, but no, that's not how it works. So I got into the habit, what I do now, and now he's on board with me as well. We'll make dinner, and before we even sit down to dinner, we pack up what is not on our plates into lunch containers before we sit down. I started doing this, and he got all annoyed at me because he's like, well, food, why did you put it away? I'm like, well, you can get more food, it's just in the fridge. He's like, no, that's too much work. I'm not doing that. So we've actually saved money because I'm not buying as much food because he's not eating as much at once. So that's one thing I would recommend is kind of packing up if you're going to do the leftover thing, which again I highly recommend. It's just easy and quick. Pack it up as you're making dinner. Just kind of get in the habit of throwing it in the fridge, having the little lunch containers. It can be a real lifesaver sometimes.
You do the same thing in restaurants. You ask for the digital box when they first bring your
Yep.
dinner, then you put it in right away.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great tip because restaurants are notorious for serving you way more than you need, and sometimes when it's in front of you, snacks. Generally, I advise people to have 2 snacks a day, but again, everyone's different, everyone's different schedules, so that can vary a little bit. But if you're gonna have a snack, generally I advise something, eating fruit with your snacks, and also including some type of fat with it. So like apple and peanut butter, or like trail mix with like dried fruit and nuts. And what that does is fats are really filling. They take a long time to digest. So if you eat a small amount of fat for your snack, that'll hold you over until your next meal. I think one of the most common issues I encounter with people I work with is they're starving around like 6 p.m. because they waited too long. They've gone too long without eating. So when you're starved, you generally make good choices with food. So we want to avoid that starved feeling. When you're that hungry, I don't care, like, even if you're eating the healthiest of foods, you're gonna eat too much. And again, it goes back to portion size. Even if you eat too much healthy food, you're eating too much food. So having a snack that's filling and satisfying is going to help you avoid that starving feeling. Water, that was one of the things we talked about on the Venn diagram, drinking enough water. So this is a lovely container that I found at Five Below, $4, and this is how much water I usually recommend people drinking a day. Again, very individual, totally depends on the person. Sometimes I drink 2 a week, especially on a hot humid day. Some people don't need as much as this. But generally, this is like my purse. Now, if I leave this somewhere, I feel lost. I feel like so that's usually something I recommend people do too, is carry around a water bottle with you. If you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. You have to avoid feeling thirsty. Just like you want to avoid feeling starving and hungry, you want to try to prevent yourself from feeling thirsty. So the way to do that is always have water available with you. Carry a big water bottle around as she takes a sip. Alcohol. When you're trying to lose fat, trying to lose weight, alcohol can be a really tricky thing. It's kind of a double-edged sword because alcohol has calories. The more alcohol you drink, the more your inhibitions are kind of thrown to the wind, and you tend to eat more of maybe not the greatest thing. So generally, I say when you're really trying to adapt a healthy lifestyle and lose unwanted body fat, try to stick to 1 to 2 drinks a week. That's generally what I recommend. Dessert foods, everyone loves these. 1 to 2 times a week I think is reasonable, but portion. So that doesn't mean you get to have a whole pint of ice cream 1 or 2 times a week. You want to portion it out. Again, going back to portion size, really getting into the habit of portioning everything out, no matter what it is. If a sweetener is needed, I get a lot of questions about alternative sweeteners and which ones are best. I always recommend stevia. It has the least amount of aftertaste, in my opinion, and it has the least amount of digestive upset. A lot of times people who use Splenda or any of the other alternative sweeteners, sometimes they complain about little bit of bitterness initially, but the more you use it, the more your body kind of gets used to it and you won't taste that bitterness anymore. So if you're looking for an alternative sweetener, that would be something that I recommend. Things to do once a week. So this goes back to planning ahead. So planning a menu for the week, even if it's just dinner or one meal that you really want to focus on, planning what you're going to make for the week and creating a grocery list for that week. Another tip, never go grocery shopping hungry, which you guys probably know. When you're hungry, we tend to buy way more things, spend way more money, and we're not buying good things. So trying to plan those meals ahead, going grocery shopping once a week. Hard boiling a bunch of eggs to keep in the fridge. This is something I do. It's easy. It takes 10 minutes. You don't have to stand over the stove and watch it. And it's a really easy thing to kind of grab and go, even if you're leaving the house, going somewhere. Nuts. Nuts are one of those things that people love, but they tend to eat too much of. They're really good for us, but it's really easy to keep doing this. Putting my hand in the bag, putting it in a container, and just keep shoveling it into your mouth. So what I always recommend, this takes a little extra time. Remember how I said eating healthy isn't necessarily the easiest thing. But when you buy, a larger package of nuts, separating them into little baggies ahead of time. It's a more cost-effective way to do that. Yeah, it takes you a little extra time, but it honestly takes about 10 minutes extra of your time. And again, it's a really easy grab and go thing that you can grab as you're running out the door. This is something that I just adapted in January. Washing and prepping vegetables and fruit and arranging them on a platter. How many of you have brought like a veggie platter to a party? Like dip in the middle, right? Okay. So this is literally what I do. I make a platter of veggies and make it look all pretty. I put it in the fridge, and when I open the fridge, it's the first thing I see. Because sometimes what tends to happen is all that produce gets stuffed in those drawers. You kind of forget about it. And then by the time you remember it's there, it's kind of rotten and gross, or like not going to eat it. But if by chance you come home and you're starving and you open the fridge and the first thing you see is a platter of fruit and veggies, most likely the first thing you're going to grab is it's easy. It's cut up, it's washed, it's prepped. It doesn't take any more time. And again, this takes a little extra time initially, but if you kind of get into the habit of doing it every week, it just becomes something that's natural and part of the week. And again, it saves money because you're not always have that produce that gets stuffed in the drawers. Exercise. So I get a lot of questions about this too. What type of exercise is best? How many times should I do it? How long should I do it? Number one tip I give, find something you enjoy. This is a lifestyle. So if you don't like strength training, or you don't like running, or you don't like spinning, do it right now. Because chances are, if you just found an activity you like, and you were consistent with it and did it, 3 times a week, you're probably going to want to kind of explore other physical activities after you make that one a habit. So, let's say you enjoy walking right now. Cool. Schedule your walks ahead of time. So it's almost like, have you guys ever been to a fitness class? So that's at a scheduled time. 5 o'clock every Tuesday, you go to yoga, or you go to step class or spin class. And if you get there at 5:30, the class is half over. So it's really good point of doing it. Same thing, even if you're not going to a class, schedule it into your day. Make it part of your day. Say, instead of saying, I'm going to go for a walk tomorrow, say, okay, I'm going to go for a walk at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And try to schedule it with a friend. That makes it even easier to stick to that schedule. But most people, when they say, oh, I'm going to walk more, or I'm going to go for a run, it ends up being like 8 p.m. And then they're like, well, it's 8 p.m., I'll just do it tomorrow. Keep doing that. Or the other thing we do is we try to do an activity that we really hate, like run, because we think that's what's best for us. But it's not, because you're not going to maintain it for the rest of your life if you don't enjoy it. So find something you like, schedule it into your week, and after you get into the habit of doing that, like I said, you're probably going to want to explore something different. always good to mix it up, but the point is just to move more. We all sit way too much. I read something recently that said sitting is the new smoking, which is really powerful if you think about it. Because, smoking, we all know, is absolutely terrible for us. But everyone used to do it. It used to just be like a normal thing that wasn't even thought of as really that bad. Think of how much we sit all day. A lot of people, we wake up, we sit at the table, we eat breakfast. Then we sit in the car and drive to work. Then we sit at work for who knows how long. Then we sit in the car to come home, we sit at dinner, we sit on the couch to watch TV. So really even even if you're exercising for an hour that day, it doesn't even compare to this. So even just getting up every 30 minutes and stretching out, moving more, that can be really helpful in terms of how you feel throughout the day. So just moving more is really important. All right, so the last thing I want to cover is just this serving size chart. You guys have probably heard or seen this before. But like I said, I'm big on creating a healthy lifestyle as we're working towards the goal of fat loss. So I would never, ever ask anyone to carry around measuring cups or a scale with them. Because how are you doing this? Are you going to go out like, oh, not to dinner, I'm going to weigh my chicken over here.
I know some people do that.
Absolutely, there are people who do it. And you know what? Some people like it. And if you do like it, fine. I personally think it's ridiculous. But there are certain people with certain goals where that's what works for them, and they don't find it to be ridiculous, they don't find it to be restrictive, but I think for the normal person, I think most people would prefer not to do that. But we have two things that we carry around everywhere with us, and they're our hands, and it's the easiest way to measure your food. So if you can really get into the habit of figuring out your portion sizes in relation to your hand, that's really an easy way, kind of a discreet way as well, when you're in a social situation, to kind of be like, okay, I'm having this much meat, I'm having this much rice, or this much potato chips. So this is just kind of a helpful guide on, what to use certain fingers for, what to use your palm for, what to use your fist for. And generally what I recommend is writing everything down. Really, it's logging your food. But it's really powerful, again, to just look back and reflect back on what you eat. And, even writing down, I had a fistful of crackers, or a piece of chicken I had was the size of my palm. And, again, measuring your progress with that. So your other chart that you have is this progress chart. So now you don't have to use this, but this is generally what I use with my clients, is measuring weight and also measuring, like I said, chest, waist, hips, upper arm, thighs. And I encourage people to take progress photos if they want. Not necessary, but sometimes people look in the mirror and they don't see a change. But if you take a photo in the beginning and you take one a month later,
Absolutely.
for sure. So again, getting into the habit of measuring your portions, bringing it down initially, so that when you do take your progress measurements and maybe you didn't see a change like you wanted to, you go back into your food log and be like, well, every time I ate like rice or something, I kind of took a little extra, or like I had dessert 4 times last week, or I had 5 glasses of wine one night. Those things can really have an effect on your fat loss goals. So that's pretty much what I wanted to go over. The rest of the time, I was going to go in for questions. So if you have any specific ones that you have right now, ask away.
Guys, please, questions.
Does it matter how many calories? I mean, I know like 1,200 calories a day, you could lose a pound a week or something. So should you keep track of that?
So if you're measuring your portion sizes, you're automatically doing that without really counting every single calorie. Now, the amount of calories you need is specific to you, and that's something that I can help you calculate. It's dependent on your activity level, dependent on what your weight loss goal having 6 smaller meals works better for you, that's fine. Some people prefer to have, a little bit larger of a breakfast, larger lunch, larger dinner, and then 2 small snacks, morning and afternoon. Other people like to have, a snack after dinner because they like to, munch on something after dinner. So again, that's something that is very individual and it takes a good amount of experimentation to kind of discover that. This is not, I'm never advocated that this is a quick fix. You're not going to lose 5 pounds like that. This is really finding out what works for you so that when you are losing fat and you're losing weight, you maintain it. That's the most important thing, is maintaining it. So the way you lose fat is the way you want to continue for the rest of your life. So I always tell people, whatever diet you choose, just prepare to do it for the rest of your life. Most people don't think of it like that. They're like, oh, I'm going to do this for like 6 weeks and then I'll just go back to the way I was eating. And that's where we see the yo-yo dieting effect. And actually one of my clients told me this analogy, which I thought was really great. So he was a financial advisor. So he was saying how when you invest in the stock market, initially your money doesn't really do anything. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, but over time, it's going to go up the longer it's there, right? You know that. Weight loss is kind of the same thing, fat loss. So picture yourself walking down a set of stairs playing with a yo-yo. The yo-yo represents your weight. Sometimes it goes down, sometimes it goes up. But you're walking down the stairs. So over time, if you're being consistent and you're being persistent with a healthy lifestyle, your weight is going to go down. And that's something that I thought was really powerful. I was like, oh, that's a really great analogy, because we get really stuck on that number on a scale. But if you are consistent and you trust the process and you're watching your portions and you're eating all of the best sources of proteins, fats, and carbs, your weight is going to go down over time. It's when we get discouraged that we tend to fall off the wagon, per se.
Or your yo-yo works at the top also.
No, stairs. We're going downstairs. But the point, I mean, when me and my client had that conversation, we were talking about how, in certain social situations such as barbecues or parties or graduations or holidays, those things are always going to be in our lives. Always. There's never going to be a perfect time to adapt a healthy lifestyle and change eating habits. There's always going to be something that pops up. And it might, slow down your progress a little bit. The point is to get right back to it and make that yo-yo go down. And over time, walk down the stairs and get your weight down to where you want it to be. That's what's really important.
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
And I can't point the camera at me, but so what do you think? What are your thoughts on, with the technology we have nowadays? We have all kinds of different applications like MyFitPal, Choose My Plate, so on and so forth. What are your thoughts on those?
So I think, actually, I have a lot of clients who use MyFitnessPal, and I have some other people who use it. Like I talked about logging, writing down your food. Some people prefer to just kind of pop it in on their phone. So I think it can be really a useful tool for tracking your food and being conscious of what you're eating and being able to look back and reflect on it. In terms of what the apps recommend for people in terms of calorie intake or how many carbs or how much protein you should be eating, I don't think it's very accurate. But again, I think it's a useful tool in actually tracking your food, but not much else.
Okay. Guys, any questions? More questions? No?
Great.
All right.
Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.